Hi, my name's Serena, and welcome to my channel. It's Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, and one of the ways that I wanted to honor this month is to talk more about risk factors for suicide and protective factors against suicide. While I am a survivor of suicide loss, I also hold a master's degree in epidemiology, and for over 5 years now, I've been working in public health. So I thought I'd be able to share my perspective on risk factors and protective factors for suicide and cover this topic. It's important to note that suicide is rarely caused by just one single event or circumstance in someone's life, and there are many factors that can accumulate and impact somebody's risk of attempting suicide. And there are also many factors that reduce someone's risk for suicide. And like I've said before, everyone can help prevent suicide. And this topic is really important to cover because we can arm ourselves and our communities with knowledge on the risk factors which can increase someone's likelihood of attempting suicide, but also be able to share the things that we can do in our lives to protect ourselves and our community against suicide. These risk and protective factors range at different levels: individual level, relationship level, at the community level, and societal level. And these levels can increase somebody's risk for suicide or reduce somebody's risk and protect them against suicide. Now, these risk factors are situations or problems in somebody's life that then increase the probability that somebody will attempt suicide. This information I'm pulling from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as CDC. So I'll link the full resource in the description below. There's a wide variety of risk factors at the individual level which can increase somebody's risk for attempting suicide. And they range related to somebody's behavior, related to somebody's health, and also related to their financial status. Some of the health aspects of individual risk factors for suicide include if somebody's already had a previous suicide attempt, or if they have a history of depression or another type of mental illness, having a serious illness like a chronic pain, or also behaviors such as substance use or having the tendencies to have poor impulse control or aggressive tendencies as well. The individual risk factors that are related to somebody's financial situation or job include if they have any criminal or legal problems in their life, or if they've experienced job loss or general financial problems as well. Other aspects of somebody's individual level that can increase their risk of attempting suicide are also if somebody has a current or prior history of an adverse childhood experience, such as child abuse or sexual trauma. Also, if an individual just has a general sense of hopelessness. The relationship risk factors are harmful or hurtful experiences within someone's relationship that can contribute to the risk of attempting suicide. And these come in the form of bullying, or if a family or loved one's history of suicide, that is a relationship risk factor for me. For example, if an individual experiences a loss of relationship, such as a breakup, or a high conflict or violent relationship, or if somebody's experiencing social isolation, that also can contribute to their risk of suicide. The community risk factors for suicide are challenging issues within someone's community that contribute to their risk as well. So this is including having a lack of access to healthcare, like quality healthcare, having clusters of suicides within their community, having stress, or if within their community they're experiencing community level violence, such as gang violence, if a community has experienced historical trauma, or at the community level discrimination as well, such as racial discrimination. The societal risk factors for suicide are cultural and environmental factors within a larger societal framework that contribute to someone's risk. And this includes stigma associated with seeking help, or the stigma associated with mental health conditions in general. Also, if at the society level there's easy access to lethal means of suicide among people at risk, such as easy access to firearms, which in the United States, over 50% of suicides were due to firearm, or unsafe media portrayals of suicide as well. This can be within a Netflix show or even something like Romeo and Juliet, the play. I'm planning to make a video and share later on in this month how these risk factors within the United States can contribute to the burden of suicide within the US and how that differs by race and ethnicity within our communities. So now that we've covered the risk factors which can increase somebody's risk for attempting suicide, I also wanted to cover the protective factors against suicide risk. And similar to risk factors, there are protective factors at different levels as well. At the individual level, within their relationships, at the community level, and societal level as well. And at these different levels, there's different ways that we can protect ourselves and our loved ones within our community from suicide. And we can take action within our community and as a society to support each other and help protect ourselves and our community from suicidal thoughts and suicidal behavior. At the individual level, the personal protective factors against suicide risk include if somebody has effective coping and strong problem-solving skills. Also, if an individual has a reason for living, like their friends, their family, their pets, like I have a cat, for example. Also, if somebody has a strong sense of cultural identity that can make them feel connected to themselves, their family, their culture. These are different personal protective factors against suicide risk. Now, the relationship protective factors against suicide risk, these are healthy relationship experiences which protect us. And this includes having support from our partners, friends, and family, and also having a general feeling connectedness to others within our relationships. The community protective factors against suicide risk are supportive community experiences which protect us. And this also covers feeling connected to our school, our community at large, or other social institutions. For me, this would also include feeling connected to my Samba community. So the community of dancers and also the San Francisco Carnival community at large. Another community protective factor against suicide risk is having availability of consistent and high quality health care. So physical health care and also behavioral and mental health care as well. The societal protective factors against suicide risk are cultural and environmental factors within the larger societal framework which protect us. So this includes having reduced access to lethal means of suicide among people at risk of attempting, and cultural, religious, or moral obligations to suicide. Thanks so much for watching my video and for learning about the risk factors for suicide and the protective factors against suicide. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it's really important to understand the different factors within our lives that put us at risk for suicide in the future. And it's also really important to understand the ways that we can protect ourselves and our loved ones in our community from suicide so that we ultimately can prevent suicide within our communities. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions or thoughts you'd like to share, feel free to post in the comments below. And if you're new here, welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in my videos on suicide prevention and other public health topics, as well as stance. I'll see you at the next one. Bye!